Well, hello everybody. How's everybody doing? It's your boy DJ Kdot in the building. Hopefully everybody's having a really good day. We're gonna wait until we get some people in here. Um, Everybody doing good? Hope everybody's doing all right. Excited. Hey dude, what it do? What's up? Oh, we got some people in here now. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Pennsylvania in the house, okay. All right, I'm from Jersey originally. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Since we got people in here, we are going to go over some things. First of all, I would like to thank everybody. Um, I love you all. Thank you so very much. We have officially reached 4K. Um, that is due to you guys, and that's due to you guys supporting me and believing in what freedom is and believing in what we're doing, not me. We're doing. I appreciate you guys so much. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Please get the likes up. Get the likes up so we can educate more people. Um, uh, we got a few topics we're gonna discuss today. Um, we're gonna give you an update on Miss Karen's situation, all the way from Scotland. How you doing, drunk man on a laptop? How's everybody doing? You doing okay? Cool. Okay, dude, that's my guy, man. It Crush the thumbs, crush the thumbs. Jack, attack audits. Saw your videos, your vids on New Now Ninja channel. Awesome, Florida in the house. Education, accountability for us all. Yes. Shout out to Florida. Um, so let's get started. I wanted to show y'all a few clips real quick. Um, and to get things rolling. Um, Hold on. There you go. Hold on. Let's see something real quick. Because I don't know if I hit the sound on there. Hold on, I might have to redo that one again. Let's see. Ooh, sure. Um, uh, sure. One second. Yeah, I forgot to hit the audio. I always do that. Um, all right. So the first clip we're gonna go over is I guess I made the news, mama. I want to see what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? If they brought us in the right light or not, you know? Um, I did talk to the reporter. He can only put 2 minutes of stuff. So he did the best he could. Shout out to Brian Moss, who did the story on me, about police accountability and us cop watching, and uh, how our community is not going to stop until they stop killing people and start treating we the people with some damn dignity. So here we go.
They call themselves cop watchers or First Amendment auditors, constantly videotaping and challenging the actions of local police officers.
Police say these video vigilantes sometimes go too far. Tonight, CBS 4 investigator Brian Moss reports on one who's been arrested twice for what he calls serving his community.
Joe Cool, what up?
Watcher. Oh, okay. I'll just make sure these stay in check.
He is pushy.
I don't work for you. You work for me, servant.
Anthony Farrell, how you doing?
On the thin blue line.
Don't worry about me. I'm just a man with a camera who knows his right, and I know what I'm doing.
Behind the camera, Centerville, whose YouTube followers know him as DJ Kdot.
I'm trying to school you, little girl.
I'm not an angry black man. I'm just a tired black man. Tired of being beat up. Tired of being seeing story after story after story of police brutality and no accountability.
So the 35-year-old Aurora man decided to join the growing ranks of cop watchers, citizens armed with cell phone cameras who regularly descend on run-of-the-mill police stops to record the cops.
What I'm trying to accomplish is accountability and transparency.
You know what you smell like? Like burnt bacon and lies.
He definitely likes to push the limits of things. He's got an audience, I believe, on YouTube that he videoing for and he narrates to as he goes through.
Aurora, Detreville, and other cop watchers have every right to tape police, but sometimes their heckling goes too far and becomes a distraction, so other officers have to be called in to help.
It is frustrating to have somebody verbally abuse you and insult you and engage in that kind of conduct when you're simply trying to do your job.
You are the servant. I'm your master.
Detreville says for him, this quest for police accountability began because of one case.
Stop. I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
If a cop watcher was there, I'm pretty sure Elijah would be alive to this day.
Elijah McLean died in 2019 following an encounter with Aurora police and paramedics.
It hit so close to home. It was just like, well, I don't want that to be my son.
You can shut the hell up and go to hell. How about that? And you can stick both of them cars up. How about that?
Police say they are trained to deal with cop watchers. Good thing, because Detreville says he and his camera aren't going away.
Because guess what? It's going to be all caught on camera, man.
Yeah, I'm making a difference. People love what I do. I had people say, "You my hero." I'm just here to serve. Just here to serve my community. Period.
I'm Brian Moss, covering Colorado First.
All right, y'all. What y'all think? Couldn't. I mean, damn, we need so no type of hold on, wait a minute. There you go. Sorry about that. They didn't show no type of I guess good interactions that I had with police, but that's okay. He only had 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds. So shout out to Brian Moss. Shout out to him. Also, I have another video clip I want you guys to see, and tell me what you think about it. Also, we're also going to be discussing. I am going to have an open panel, and the link I'm getting on it. I'm getting on it, Joe Cool. The link is right here in the chat. So if you want to join your boy, and discuss this. Uh, I would hope that you would want to join me on this particular discussion. We're going to be talking about uh, why so many police officers are leaving, uh, and why they're always in their damn feelings. And is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? I want you guys' thoughts on this, and here goes uh, the next clip. Let me find it. There you go. And this actually happened in Seattle. Seattle police. Um, so I want to know what you guys think about this. And let's get started.
The state of Washington has just enacted a dozen police reform laws following nearly a year of nationwide protest over police brutality. And according to one social justice group, more than $840 million were cut from U.S. police budgets. That was in 2020. The Seattle PD is struggling under the public backlash. The police chief there tells CBS News that 260 officers, that's about 20% of the force, have left in the past year and a half. Think about that for a second. Carter Evans spoke to one officer who says the city does not have their backs.
What's the biggest complaint among officers?
Leadership.
Officer Clayton Powell has served 27 years on the streets of Seattle.
30 years is kind of a pinnacle. It was my goal when I started.
You're 3 years short.
Yes.
Why are you retiring now?
The support that we had in my generation of policing is no longer there.
Last summer's protests over the killing of George Floyd led to violent clashes with Seattle police. Powell says the stress on officers was compounded by city leaders' decisions to abandon a police precinct and letting demonstrators, some armed, occupy an entire neighborhood for a full month.
When you've got rocks and bottles and some
Wolves
cases,
Den, I'd love to have
cinder
you on the
blocks thrown
panel,
at you,
man.
And we have to stand there and take it.
I sent the link.
It's discouraging.
Were you told not to react?
In most cases, yeah. When you see businesses get destroyed and families lose their livelihood because of that destruction, and we can't do anything about it. We're not allowed to intercede.
You're not allowed to intercede?
No.
City leaders allowed the police-free zone after protesters were repeatedly hit by tear gas, but closed it down after weeks of violence.
The real issue here is that for generations, our Black and Brown community members have been asking for more accountability.
City Councilwoman Tammy Morales voted for a 13% cut in the police budget in November.
We spend about $400 million a year on the police department. And as a city, we don't spend on the kind of things that could really support neighborhoods, affordable housing, neighborhood planning, small business development.
So you're talking about taking that money and approaching a systemic problem at the ground level now.
Yeah.
We're here to fix a broken system.
The money the council cut from police will be reallocated through a still undefined process involving community members. In the meantime, is the police department underfunded to do its job while you're developing all these other resources?
I would say no.
If the crime rate goes up, is that acceptable?
So if we're investing in communities the way we should be, then we can begin to address that.
I informed Mayor Durkin of my intent to retire from the Seattle Police Department.
After the council cut the police budget, the department's then chief, Carmen Best, retired early in protest. Interim chief Adrian Diaz took over. Does it concern you that so many people are leaving the department so fast?
You know, it does, because we saw our shootings go up. We saw our homicides go up.
Does it slow down response time?
It slows down response times. I had to get rid of, our community policing teams.
It seems like you feel like you're forced to cut the very people that protesters would like to see more of on your force.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are so valuable.
While Clayton Powell objects to how the city is treating its police force, as an African-American man, he says he understands the outrage over the murder of George Floyd and others.
That could be me. That could be my son. That could be a relative. That could be a friend. there needs to be an understanding of how things got to be the way they are.
But defunding the police, is that the way to do it?
No. If anything, you need more funding.
But that's unlikely. Another $5 million in police budget cuts are still on the table. For CBS This Morning, Carter Evans, Seattle.
That's a very difficult situation. I understand the outrage, but I also understand you have to have a police department.
Yeah.
You have to have a working police department.
The problem is you want to sustain the police department while you also address these other issues in communities and supporting those communities. You want to do both, which is financially very challenging.
Chief has a big job on his hands.
Yes, he sure does.
Out.
All right. So, all right. So, yeah.
You deserve to be compensated after an auto accident or an injury caused by.
Sorry about that. So let's get a discussion going. Let's I put the link out there. Anybody that want to join in and discuss this. I welcome it. I want to hear people's opinions as far as the gravity of police officers leaving at an exponentially high rate. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I want your thoughts. I seen Joe Cool in here. I sent the link. Wolfden, I definitely want your opinion on this. I extend the invite, or anybody that wants to get in here. What's up, No? Hurry up, Joe. Joe, that's like my long distance uncle right there, man. Joe's like the fun uncle. Like he that's what Joe remind me of. He's the fun uncle. That's my guy, man. Joe Cool. Citizen Not, how are you? My guy No in the building. Are you experienced? Have you been or have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. The Jimi Hendrix experience. Just had to put that in there. I love No, man. I love that guy. It's my day one. Working, fighting crimes, not extortion. Right. Patrol defunds all the waste of money on cars, get those pigs to lose weight and get in shape. You know what? You bring up a very valid point, Seb. I think it should be a weight requirement. I think it should be, because wouldn't we want our police officers fit mentally and physically? You bring up a good point. Right. It's addicting. His laugh is addicting. That's why I love Joe, man. Joe Cool. I have a rule. Anytime I see Joe Cool, I have to smoke a blunt. Well, you definitely gonna smoke a blunt then. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so just to give you guys a small update, I did have court this week for two of my situations. The Denver one, I decided to extend it until I get a little bit more time to get an attorney. Please support your boy. You know, links in the description. My Cash App, because I need some legal defense, and you know that does cost money. So if you can help, I would greatly appreciate it. because I'm trying to fight these charges. And I did have my Aurora one this morning. The link is at the bottom. DJK $ DJK.123 as far as my Cash App. So that would play Joe Cool's laugh on the police siren to de-escalate any situation. I agree. That should be written in a policy. Anthony, for real, you're my guy, man. How you been, man? I hope you're doing okay. Mid Ohio independent journalist. Salute to you. Thank you for being here. Thumbs up, guys. Yes, please get the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. But yeah. News Now Ninja. Oh my God, News Now Ninja's in here. Hey, just wanted to know if you want to join the panel. We're having a in-depth discussion on. Well, first of all, the subject is thanking you guys, for getting us to 4K. I'm nothing without y'all. I can't do this without you guys' support, and I truly appreciate it. So News Now Ninja, please join the panel so we can have this discussion real quick. I want to know what y'all think of multiple police leaving this Seattle Police Department. Not only the Seattle Police Department, a few hundred left the Aurora Police Department too. Does that mean that they're bad cops? Does that mean that they're good cops? Does that mean that they're just frustrated? Or are they just confused? Or they're afraid? Or what are you thinking? I want your opinions. And thank you, News Now Ninja, for your support, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Oh, without further ado, we have the wonderful, the talented News Now Ninja in the building. How are you, sir? There you go. There you go. Unmute your mic. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Your mic is mute. All right, we're going to try to get him back in here. He's been supporting me like crazy this month. So I appreciate News Down Ninja. And I'm a huge fan of his, by the way. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. What's up, brother?
The wonderful News Now Ninja in the building.
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm doing okay. I'm alive.
Yeah, dude. I see your numbers are going up, man. I'm so thankful that people are supporting you and showing love, man, because you deserve it. You're out there killing it with the work, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I've been a fan of you since I seen you, man. I was just like, yo, this dude is dope. And and the hustle you put into it as far as just being consistent and traveling. I want to get on that level as far as traveling. But
well, we're on the 31st of May, coming up here in less than 2 weeks. Me and News Now California are back on the road again. We haven't disclosed what we're hitting, obviously, because we don't want trolls trying to follow us around everywhere.
Joe Cool
Ninja!
So Joe, I text Joe behind, man. I know you busy, man. So News Now Ninja, when are you gonna come down here, man? Like
where are you at?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Colorado, man.
We could probably do it in a couple months. I have a list of shit that I'm of cities and places that I have to go follow up. They've told me that they're gonna arrest me if I come back or anything like that. I always go back.
Okay.
And so I got a couple places like that in Texas that have been, kind of trying to threaten me and deter me from going to their little small town and taking pictures.
Okay.
And so I got to go and stand my ground and test them. Either they're gonna disrespect my rights or they're gonna respect my rights. Either way, I go out ready. I try to let my lady is fully prepared for anything that's gonna happen. She has my back, and I try to bring a crew or at least have someone in the area that can help me if I end up getting hemmed up.
Yeah.
But
So,
this next,
yeah.
me and Callie are about to hit it for a week.
Okay.
He's about to be meeting me in Texas on the 31st, and then we're taking off in the car, and we're just gonna hit everything that gets in front of us.
Where you going to Cali, you say?
No, Callie's coming to Texas.
You going to Texas? I'll meet you in Texas. I'm looking for somewhere to go. I'll meet you.
Come on, 31st of May.
So,
We're going 31st of May all the way through the 6th of June.
31st of May. Okay.
So it's gonna be 7 days.
You know what? I think I got to go to Texas in July, so maybe I might have to miss this one. I think.
It's no stress, man. I live here, dude. So
Do you?
Yeah. Houston.
Oh, that's right. You do live in Texas. Yeah.
Houston, Texas is where I live.
Houston, Ace Town. So I wanted to stick on. I wanted to get you guys' opinion on something. I don't know if you guys just did. You guys look at the news clip that I just previewed?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to get everybody's. Oh, Mid Ohio's in the building. Welcome, Mid Ohio.
That's my man.
Thank you for joining us, because I want your opinion on this too, Mid Ohio. Thank you for joining us today. So we're seeing a lot of police leave police departments. So I wanted to get your individual opinions on this. So I'm gonna start with you, News Now Ninja. So how do you feel about multiple police leaving police departments? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's exposing itself in all itself, or what is your thoughts on that?
I believe that once officers become officers, it's really hard to not be drug into the blue line. It's really I have family that was police that retired. They're retired now, but pretty much, man, they told me that once they got in, if you didn't back up the bad cop, then you didn't get back up when you needed it. And
they retired. They retired. Can't they go public with this shit now, Ninja? You know what I'm saying?
He won't go against them. It's out of fear of retaliation, bro.
No, your people who retired, can't you put that on your channel? That would interest me for sure.
Well, yeah, I could talk to my family and see if they'd be willing to give me an interview and let me release it anonymous.
That would be dope.
I would. Oh, anonymous. Let them be anonymous. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
because
so
I just wouldn't want my family to be at risk of these fuckers, dude. In Texas, these tyrants are crazy. And
so can I? So let me ask you another question then. On top of that, so do they not have a whistleblower program in their institution?
The question is, does it work? And is their programs and is investigating themselves actually working? And it doesn't work, and that's the facts. And everybody that's watching and everybody that does it, everybody that does what we do, that them investigating themselves, it never works. It always turns against you. It's always your fault. Right. They always got to back up their brother in blue. And like everybody talks about racism and all this shit, but the true racist is you're either blue or you're not.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. This skin color, it doesn't even matter no more. Either you're blue blood or you're red blood.
Okay. So my question for you, Joe Cool, the same question. How do you feel about these police just upping and leaving? Do you think it's a good thing?
My answer, yes. I think that they're exposing themselves. I'm sorry, Joe. I I never finished the answer. I kind of ended up off track.
It's all good. It's all good.
The
So
answer is I think that the good cops are going to be the ones leaving. The bad cops are going to be the ones that hold fort.
So you think currently right now you think the cops that are leaving are good cops?
I think that all the good cops are going to run away because they're afraid of what's about to happen.
Okay. Joe, your opinion.
First of all, I'm thrilled that cops are leaving. Our budget is 51%. 3% of our budget is all police here in Chicago. So we got potholes everywhere, but we got fucking police everywhere as well. So I'm glad that they're fucking leaving. And I would have assumed, Ninja, that most of those leaving would have been the corrupt. At least the first motherfuckers leaving are the ones that's like, oh, fuck this. If I can't beat a motherfucker and you don't support me, I'm leaving. That's who I would assume would have been leaving, yo.
That's why I would leave. You know, I mean, my brother even told me, you know, and my grandfather and a lot of people told me in my family, they're like, man, you'd be a great cop, man. You're all about investigating. You're all about learning new shit. You know, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to live my life looking over my shoulder.
Exactly.
You know, and then I end up doing audits where I live my life looking over my shoulder anyway.
So I adopted you as my uncle. So
everybody call me Unc. I'm used to it.
So I hope you're not offended, Uncle Joe. Cool.
Unc, what up, Unc? That's all I know.
So do you so your stance is the people that are leaving are good police officers or what's your stance on it? Or bad police officers?
I don't know. I'm saying I would assume. I can't tell you here that they did a story on the Chicago police. They are at their lowest morale ever. Everybody in the streets wants to kill them. The police have said if you ever point a gun at someone holding the camera at you, the gangs will join together. They had a meeting and we'll kill you on sight. Even though we don't like each other, we like you less. So if you point a gun at any cameraman, you die on sight. The FBI told them that shit. And everybody hates them. Even kids yell at them now. It is really
wow. That's correct. Kids.
I got a
wow.
I got you. I'll never post because they're like teenagers, and I'm not gonna put them on the internet. But they just went on the corner during this COVID.
Hold on, I know some people. I know somebody, a group of kids out in Lafayette doing that. I'll post the link in private chat.
They just went out and party. Hundreds in the street. Cops came. They were like, "Fuck you, get the fuck on!" And they stood in the middle, shut down 4 streets and just party. Fuck a cop.
Yeah. So Mid Ohio, same question for you. And thank you for joining the show. What's your thoughts on this?
I think they're running because they know what's coming. You know, they know that they're about to lose immunity and a couple other things, and they don't want to be caught up right when they lose all that stuff.
Wow.
If you'll excuse me for interrupting mid, Kdot, you went live at the same time you did. So you want me to text some motherfuckers, get a couple buddies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to have it. Yeah.
I just saw your message.
Oh, you're good. You can just reply to that in private chat. That way we don't mess up the conversation.
So yeah,
but no,
first
I
of all,
honestly,
I want to send a shout out. Everybody needs to subscribe to all 3 of these wonderful channels, and because they're doing awesome work. They do great work, and they've been doing the work and consistently doing the work. And so, and I'm a fan of all 3 of these guys. So I appreciate you guys. Just wanted to let that be known right damn now. Now I did have court this week. One for Denver. I decided to wait 30 days. I told them to give me some time to get an attorney. So the next court date is June 18th. And for the war court I had this morning, they had slipped that yellow piece of ticket or whatever when I got my stuff out of property, because they didn't have enough balls to tell me I'm arresting you for obstruction. So I don't know if you've seen the whole entire video, News Now Ninja, but the rookie cop asked, so I know we're arresting him for, the warrant, but what are we adding the
Yeah, I
charge?
watched it.
You heard that part, right?
Mhm.
So, and then he laughed and giggled, was like, "Oh, we'll just charge him for obstructing the sidewalk."
Yeah.
And
It
the
was a
judge
load of
said,
shit.
"Yeah, piece of shit, right?"
Yeah.
And the judge stated that I won't be charged for I won't have to do any jail time. They took that off the table, so that they're only gonna do the fine. So by them saying that, what do you take from that as far as them not they'll take jail time off, but the fine, I think the maximum fine it was like a little
Man,
bit over $2,000.
to be honest, dude, I really wish I could understand this damn court system, because I swear every time I start to figure one part out, they throw another curveball and another curveball. These guys are always switching it up, man. Like,
It's designed that way. That way,
But-
right?
what's happening is like for instance, in my case, they arrested me off of a public easement for taking pictures in public in Pritchard, Alabama, right?
Mhm.
And they changed the charges out the ass the whole time, and then finally settled on, after the state wouldn't pick up the charges, because the officer, I told him in the car, I was like, dude, let me out of this car, take these cuffs off me, and I won't sue you. But if you follow through with this arrest, then I'm gonna have to follow up, because how much damages you're gonna cost me, all my travel back and forth, the hotels, the rental cars, the lawyer fees, the court fees, the everything else I'm gonna have to pay, because you want to put handcuffs on me for no reason. You're breaking the law. I'm really interested to see how they're going to feel when I bring up, 18 USC 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law.
Okay.
And I want to see, because the maximum penalty under that is one of the things you have to do is it's like bodily harm with a threat of a. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Sorry, I don't like to say things wrong. It pretty much in a fast way of saying it says that if you kidnap, then this violating this law is punishable to death.
Okay.
And one of the worst things of the law, one of the worst punishments is given because of kidnapping. And so, technically taking me off the side of the road is kidnapping for no reason,
Right.
under the color of law, with the uniform on, and violating my First Amendment right to take pictures in public, freedom of speech,
Right.
along with a whole list of shit.
Yeah,
And,
there's like a certain amount of feet that they have to move you for it to be kidnapping, right? It's like 2 feet or something like that. Is that?
Well, they never read me Miranda rights.
Yeah.
They never gave me a phone call. They put me in a cell that was covered in piss. I'm talking sticky. It was sticky, old piss. And,
Wow.
chained me to the seat and make me sit on this sticky bench, and it was just like, it was gross, man. It was gross the way they. And then me and News Now Cali, they ended up putting us in the same spot, right? So we're sitting there and we're just joking and laughing and fucking, like, it's fucking Phil, this dude's.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man. That
Well,
dude
they had taken
is...
his phone. They had taken his camera. He was holding my camera rig and his camera when they tackled him to the ground, And so, like,
wait, the one when you still had your body cam thing on, and they had to pull over to take it off.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out how to take it off. They took the handcuffs off me.
Yeah.
And then put the handcuffs back on me, and then started trying to take it off. And then they realized they had to take the handcuffs off me again. And then they finally, I was like, dude, don't cut my straps. I was like, in the front here, there's a clip. I can easily just undo it for you, dude. Just let me undo my camera. Don't deactivate my camera, though.
Right.
I was like, don't stop my recording. This is my documentation. If you violate, it's going to be a violation of my rights if you stop my recording right now. Because the other officer is standing in the front and he's trying to figure out the buttons. But we're talking about Alabama cops here. So these people probably ain't never even seen the camera like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there fumbling around with it, trying to figure out how the hell it works, how to just stop it, And the
Wow.
other guy's trying to figure out how to get it off me. The whole reason they were doing that, though, is because as soon as the cop drives off, I said, you know, you just arrested me on public property when I had violated, I had broken no law, you know, and you're in a violation of my rights right now. And he's like, yeah, but you're not gonna be able to do shit about it. And I was like, well, that's excellent, because you just said that on my body cam and it's still rolling.
I mean, I'm glad that you really exposed Alabama and how fucking corrupt.
It's not over yet, man. It's not over yet. I still got to go back. And I can tell you this, when I talk to my bail bondsmen and shit, they say stuff like, hey, after you're done with court, get out of town as quick as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because the cops, they're wanting to retaliate on me. They want me there. They're trying to get me for anything they can. Last time I was there for court, dude, they came up because there was people calling in while I was there, and they thought it was me calling in because I was outside live talking to my chat, right? And so I'm talking to my chat, and then the cops come walking up out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell do you want? They're like, you just called for help. I was like, I didn't call you for nothing, dude. Y'all.
I remember that. I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they're trying
That's
to
so
get
weird.
me. The lawyers are even the bailiff was like, hey man, whenever you're done with this, I would just recommend not coming back here. You know, like
shit, Joe. Motherfuckers are saying, good video, Joe. I must have sent them a link to one of your vids.
But bro, I was when we went to court last time, there's bullet holes in the side of this building and in the windows and in the courthouse. There's people shooting up this courthouse and shit. It's violent out there.
Whoa. And you said that was in Alabama?
Pritchard, Alabama. Yeah, it's right
Pritchard,
by
Alabama.
Mobile.
So Mid-Ohio, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in these hick towns, these smaller towns, are the police stations more dangerous?
That is a fact.
I believe so. Especially those dirt roads and shit. Those and I think, well, I mean, just be honest, you know, certain black people shouldn't be in certain areas at a certain time of at night. Hey man, you might want to
Same with
not
white
come
folks.
back.
Certain white folks shouldn't be in certain
Yeah.
areas at a certain time of night in Houston. You know what I'm saying? You come to
Yeah.
Houston, and if I was to go wandering around the wrong neighborhood by myself, I could get in trouble, man.
Yeah.
Especially if I was wearing the wrong color.
Oh yeah, right. That's true.
It's touchy around here. They got the C's and the B's and the LKs and like all these motherfuckers. I don't want to say the name on here.
Disorderly product news when the riots and shit was going on, the protests.
Yeah.
So shit. I sent them to a vid. Everybody texted me back. I sent them to the at least it was a vid you just showed. I think it was about a news story, so it's probably about you.
Yeah.
Disorderly moves around here, and he's gotten in trouble, beaten up and robbed and threatened and all of that shit. So you know, now when he do shit in the neighborhood, he called me. I got cops behind me. I got a feeling this is gonna be a good day.
What did y'all see that recent video of Amagessent Press?
No.
Which one?
I believe his latest one.
Where the officer tried to detain him and he walked past
like
that
grabbed
motherfucker?
him, like if he was a little fucking
when he
kid.
grabbed his wrist. Yeah, that cop.
Yeah.
Fucked up. That was the sheriff.
Is that a small town?
Yeah, I mean, dude, small
because he
towns
followed
are
him
crazy.
out of the town. Like,
I purposely go to small towns now because they're the ones that need the most help. They're the ones that needs the most help, man. These big cities, like in Houston, for instance, right here where I live, in this area, this county, they have to contact the DA before an arrest is made. You know what I'm saying? So even if they handcuff you and put you in the car, they're going to be calling the DA to make sure they want to take the charges before you even get to the jail. And if the DA doesn't want to take it, they're letting your ass out with a ticket, or they'll find some way to get you. So here in Texas or here in Houston, where I'm at in my county, it's pretty hard to get them to give you an illegal arrest.
Fort Worth, Houston, I've been to all the big cities there in Texas, and they behave. I was trying to get them to take me to the small.
They behave.
Nobody would do it. They're like, no, Joe, they'll get you. I didn't try far for this shit, man. Let's go to the small town.
Yeah, that's where it's all at, man. You know, Ozona, Texas. I hit Ozona, Texas. I was getting death threats from those people of the city and the cops for months after I left, telling me they already had my hole dug in the desert for next time I come. So next time I go, I want to bring a bunch of Second Amendment auditors with me, and we can do it all.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. And then Corrigan, Texas is a little speed trap town. I think they got like 8 cops. I'm pretty sure the chief of police is married to the mayor, and they arrested the governor for filming in public. And there's there's all kinds of crooked shit going out there. So I'm gonna go check. I want to check out those people for sure.
So Joe, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Your lovely mayor, Mayor Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Man, she got so many goddamn memes.
I know.
Do you think she's corrupt when it comes to the police department, or do you think she's really trying to start, or advocating for reform?
When she came in, I think she was totally down with us when she came in. I think she quickly realized that those people are the bureaucrats, and those guys, they all back the police. And in order to get a thing, you have to back them. And she started off backing them a little bit. And she used to always say negative shit about them. Now it looked like she had to join with them at the hip just to make it through COVID. No one likes her anymore. She is the most unpopular fuck in the city.
Wow.
Yes, I don't trust her even a little bit. I've never seen a person go from free to fucking that slave mentality bullshit, a part of the system bullshit so fast. She adapted and adopted that shit so quick, and she's all in. The same police she said was a piece of shit now surround her and flank her at every press conference. The same cats that I used to battle, she's befriended. I can't wait till she goes. I don't vote because I don't believe in the political system, but somebody will vote a punk ass out.
So how can we better, because I think they passed a law in Oklahoma stating that there is to be no recording of any public officials out there. What are your ideas on that, News Now Ninja, as far as
I say
Oklahoma?
we get a team of 100 motherfuckers and we all go film them.
I'm with it. I'm with the shit.
It's a protest at that point.
Right.
It's a peaceful assembly, and we want to take pictures of our peaceful assembly. And if they show up and they make themselves a part of our assembly, then that's their fault for becoming part of our picture.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to disengage, but I gotta retext all these fucks. I sent the wrong thing to them.
And look in the chat, look in the private chat. I put my contact info in there for everybody that's in here, for you, Kdot, for you, Joe Cool, and also, down below, Mr. Mid Ohio.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely get a hold of you.
All right.
Yeah, because I just I really feel sorry. My bad. Back to this. So I just really feel that, because that's a 10th Circuit Court. And we actually had I forgot, Fraser versus somebody, to where the 10th Circuit Court, and it was involving somebody recording the police. They just rejected that. It was a smaller court that accepted it, but the 10th Circuit Court rejected it. So they have 150 days, from what my attorney just told me, and stated that they have to they said no qualified immunity, or they said qualified immunity. That's the reason why they rejected that. So now hopefully that case will go up to the Supreme Court for them to have a final verdict or a final ruling on it. So does that, it kind of sucks, because I'm in the 10th district, and I believe Mid Ohio. You're in the 10th district too, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of fucking sucks for us. So how do we, Mid Ohio, how do we combat that? What are some logical ways we can go about this. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, we just have to eventually get proof and take it to the Supreme Court. Same way Batista does his cases, you know. We mount enough proof on video, then it's there. There's no questioning it.
I hear you.
It's a lot of work, but
Yes, it
works.
is.
But it's the way to do it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it's frustrating because it's just
They
like,
make it that way, man. You know,
yeah,
these court systems make it this way. They make it to where, you know, say for instance, you know, you get in trouble for something and you're going through the court and like, or maybe you didn't even do it, but you get in trouble, you know, and there's no proof against you or anything like that. But they'll tell you, hey, man, just say guilty. We'll give you a little slap on the wrist. You know, it's only $1,500, 6 months probation. We'll get you out of here. But, you know, then if you want to fight it, you're going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars going back and forth for years. And so they make it harder for you to win than lose. They give you a really small option, a really small amount of money, and they're like, hey, look, man, just say you did it and you can just pay this small dollar, you know. But if you want to fight me, it's going to cost you your wallet and your house and your relationship, you know. Like, these people really want to put you through it to win.
Just give me a second. Let's say hi to some of these cats that came in.
Okay.
Jeff, how you doing? Sweet Pea, hey baby, good to see you. Safety man, what's up? Hey Amy, how are you? Bone,
Yeah, what up,
Amy in the building.
What up,
Safety
MC
man?
Tyrant
What's up,
Hunter?
Safety man?
MC Tyrant Hunter, what up,
the phone
What up,
overheated.
Amy?
The other phone.
Wow, we got a lot of people in here.
What up, Rights Crispy?
So right, what's up? See what happened when you send the right link, Kdot?
See, that's why I love you, Uncle Joe. I appreciate
I
that.
sent the wrong link to everybody.
Right, Crispy in the building.
Right. Thank you, right.
What's
Thank
up?
You for
What's up? And like I said, I'm gonna put the link in there again. We got an open panel.
They were short vids. You could show the vid again and see if they got a comment on it. You mean both of them were really short, Kdot.
Okay. I don't know how to. I'm still figuring out the StreamYard thing.
Jeff,
so
hop up here and explain to him how to do the StreamYard shit. Jeff has had a channel for a year or two.
And then, hey, quick question? Wasn't Rogue Nation just arrested not too long ago?
Rogue got popped at the same place you did. Ninja, was he at where you were? He got popped somewhere.
That's why I went there, is because they arrested him. I went there to
Okay.
go. They arrested him for standing there, so I went there to stand there too.
and they popped you, and then when they pulled over, they were trying to film his arrest. They went and tackled fucking NNC, and he was like 15, 20 feet away.
He was probably like 25 feet away, and all he said, the cop goes, "You're next." He never said you're being detained or you're under arrest, and then he just started chasing them. And Phil got scared, you know what I'm saying? Phil got scared, and so he turned around to run, and he took like, he didn't even get nowhere.
A half a step, maybe.
Not even. He just turned around to run, and he realized I can't run, and he just kind of laid down, you know what I'm saying? He didn't try to get nowhere. He was just like, oh shit, you could just see him like, oh fuck. And then the cop's like, get down, get up, get down, get up.
That was funny. Any questions you can ask Jeff?
Oh, well, welcome, MC Tyrant Hunter. Appreciate you, man.
What's
up, man? Yours too, man.
We had just Wrights got arrested right before we went there. The audit before that audit, Wrights got arrested, and we're like, all right, well, so we sent the, you know, he was getting bailed out while we were getting arrested, you know.
Right, so if you got time, go on my beautiful balcony and hop on panel so everybody can see my beautiful Miami home.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Rice Krispie, please, man. That'll be an honor, man. If you hop on real quick, you know, because
you got a bunch of legends in here, Kdot.
Man, I'm honored.
That's all I fuck with, Joe. That's all I fuck with, including you.
I got News Now Ninja in the building. I got Joe Cool.
Jeff got like 50,000 subs or something.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, I'm honored. I'm
What's up? What's up?
Right?
I'm a huge sponge right now.
Fuck, man. Me and Wright get my sandwich. Fuck you, kid.
Right is
Hey,
amazing.
hey, all you got to do there, DJ, is just
Yeah,
hit
bad
that,
cop, no donut. Shout out bad cop, no donut.
hit
Without
that.
further ado, Mr. Wright's
You don't
crispy
hear,
in the building.
you don't hear me? My
What's up, my
modulator.
guy?
Y'all can't hear me?
We,
I
I'm
can
gonna
hear you. I
you,
hear
Jeff.
you, MC Tyrant Hunter.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
We got an echo, right? You got your YouTube
Somebody's
open.
echoing like a mug.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did I say? I had.
What you do, DJ, is there's a share button on the bottom of your screen.
AB
If
squared.
you on a PC, right? You on a computer.
Okay.
There's a
To
share
share it.
button.
Okay.
But what you do is get your
Oh,
YouTube open. You have to have your YouTube open and get the video ready. And there's a file share too. You can also share the
that's such
video
an
file.
amazing view.
Look at
Look at
Wright,
that.
yo.
Look at
So
that.
I'm on the share.
That's
All
off
right.
his balcony, yo.
I'm on the.
That's
It's
the
beautiful,
ocean.
man.
That's the ocean.
Okay.
Wait,
All right.
show the
All
swimming
right.
pool,
Share
right?
a screen.
Pan down. Look, over the swimming pool is the ocean. He's spoiled. He's
All right. So do
spoiled.
I go to the
Spoiled as
window
fuck.
or the Chrome tab?
You can do either. You go to the if you go to the window, if you got two monitors, you go to the window that you got the video set up on.
Oh,
All right. So
Okay.
when can we party at your house, right?
And I saw some cops harassing some homeless people, and sure enough, the cop went over to the snack bar to solicit a trespass from them. And I went over there, and I finally got the record. It turns out they didn't solicit a trespass. One of the snack bar bitches is a fucking Karen, and her boyfriend is
Whoa.
a county sheriff's deputy, and she just wanted the homeless people out of her sight.
wow.
So they did it 3 nights without bothering anybody. So I went down there. You'll see the videos.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay,
so
quick
when can we
question,
have a
guys.
party
Quick
at your
question.
house?
I have a quick question for every one of you guys, and I want everybody's
LT Man's backstage.
opinion on this. So it just recently it was told that they had a press conference yesterday about the Leveland police on the 73-year-old Karen.
Oh yeah.
Her name is actually Karen. Karen Gardner. She the two of the officers are now in being charged. So how do you
I
guys
saw.
feel about that?
I went to the.
I'm gonna
Let
start
me
with
start.
news
Let me
now.
start. No.
All
Let
right,
me start.
Joko,
I
you
went
go
to the
ahead. All right.
protest. I just happened to be down there. In fact, I called you, Kdot. I went to the protest. I was the only fucking auditor that made it down there. And sure enough, we marched. We went to the police station. A couple cats showed up with guns and all of those things. News showed up and all of that shit.
Well, I think you were there. You
I
were there. You're
was.
absolutely
I
right.
went live. Yes, I went
LT's
live.
backstage.
Who LT?
Yeah.
You can
Can
get
you
10
have
up
more?
there.
You can't have more than 6 on here, can you, DJ?
I'm upgrading it right now.
Hold on, T man. Hold on. He's working his magic.
I can step down. Hey, I'll step down and let him jump up here.
Hey, I just
We
wanted
need
to
you up
say,
here, Jeff.
Kdot.
You've got to be the instructor on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Hey, Kdot, I'm going to
Yes?
hop off, but I wanted to say thank you very much, bro. Thank you for not letting us do this alone. Thank you for joining us.
I
Thank
appreciate
for
you, man.
Thank
I love your work. I love your work, man. I really
Hey,
do.
thank
Thank
you.
you for what you do, man.
Thank you, Rights. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Later, right.
We the
Have a
people,
good
man.
one.
We all got to do this together.
Have a
Yes,
good day,
sir.
Rights.
Good to see you, right? It's good
I'll see
view,
you
but by
soon.
the way,
You too,
awesome,
Joe.
awesome view.
Thank
See you
you.
later,
Invite me
right?
to your house. Invite me to your
Thank
house.
you.
I want to come
Thank
party.
you, bro.
So, Joe, when you gonna come? Are you out here now?
No, I'm back in Chicago, but I'm
Damn.
debating where I'm going in a couple few days.
Yeah, y'all be on tour, man. I'm trying to be like y'all. I'm trying to get y'all. I'm trying to get y'all. But I think Aurora really has some. Nobody's really auditing an Aurora, not like that. And I gotta keep my foot on their neck, man. Because
you see if
yeah.
T Man's still back there, you can let him up now. T Man's
Okay.
still back.
Let's see. I think we got. There we go. We got safety. Safety,
Safety
man in the
man
building.
is in there.
In
What's
the
up?
building.
Safety man's in
Let me.
Texas.
I'm gonna make room so you can have somebody else come up, man. Thanks, let me up, DJ. I
Hey,
appreciate you, man.
hey, Jeff.
I
Thanks for
appreciate you
hopping
so
in,
much,
Jeff.
See you
ESP.
later,
I
Jeff.
appreciate you. Thank you
Much
so
love,
much,
Jeff,
Autumn.
man.
Right on, baby. Got a new subscriber there, DJ. No doubt. Keep up the good work, man. I just checked out a few of your vids before I jumped up here. You're doing an awesome job.
I
Very
appreciate
good,
it. Thank
Jeff.
you.
Thank you.
That's an honor coming from you. I
Right
appreciate
on,
that.
baby. All right.
See you
Thanks.
later,
All
Jeff.
right.
Thanks.
Right
All right.
on, baby.
Let's
I don't
see.
know
I
if
think we got.
Pow.
I don't
And
know if
everybody's like, bam.
Safety man, do you live in Texas or we just met there? Are you in Texas too, Safety man?
No, I'm in Texas, and I jumped on because you guys brought up about filming cops here in Oklahoma, because that's where I'm at, not in Texas. Yeah, if anybody wants to know, it's House Bill 1642, and it states if you film cops and post their likenesses or images or names, you get 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. And my
Whoa.
questions are going to be about, is it people that are not, say I upload my video to something else and somebody else streams it, do they also get charged 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine, and after that it doubles? Because if they're going to do this in Oklahoma, they're going to do this in every single state if they can get away with it.
Well,
So
that's. I was just mentioning.
They won't get away with it for long.
Oh, we got American Amy in the building. What's up, man?
I think there would be protest over that. There would be a lot of people out filming.
Well, and that's what I'm kind of hoping that people do, not just auditors, but protesters as well, because if they get overwhelmed, they won't do it and they'll have to reverse it. But if people are afraid to do it, and there's a lot of them out there that say, hey, I don't want to do that, I'm going to film the cops, and they don't get out there, or they don't want, because they don't want to take the ride. And honestly, there are people that don't want to take the ride because it does cost money, and everybody knows that, and it costs time. So are we going to actually have people stand up against the one and only state right now that has passed a law that is illegal, not just to film cops, but any public official?
I think that
well, I'm sorry, it's not just filming, because there's always been debate. All right, you can film the cops, but if you post it on any social media, then therefore it becomes a crime. But yet that's still a
it's
fine
public
line.
documentation, though.
Exactly, your news. But does that mean that they're going to arrest news reporters that has a like? And they've worded it so much, a likeness, even a cartoon drawing of an officer with their name or without their name. If it looks like them, they can charge you. It's so written like a cop explaining that they can interpret it any way they want. So it's like, I took all my videos that I've ever done down because I'm backing all of them up, because I back up people. I back up streams, and people know that. Joe Cool, everybody knows that. I back up streams, I post them, but I take them down, I save them, because everybody knows that there's times that cops get hold of someone's phone or camera and they delete the video. And there's not just me, but multiple others out there that back up the streams just in case, because it does happen. Now, if you're out there filming a cop and you're not live streaming and they hem you up, you lost your video. And that's what Oklahoma's trying to do. But yet, if you can live stream your stream on a platform in private, for example, TrueTube, that's one, and there's other ones.
Isn't
And
it public though? Like you can video anything. There's no expectation of privacy in public. What happened to that?
Well, that's where they passed this law saying that it's because of it's a government
Oklahoma's
official
a one-party consent state anyway. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
I know it doesn't matter too much, but still, we're talking. You got
Even
that
like
and one-party consent.
In Louisiana, I had a field training officer try to hit me with that. He was like, "This is one-party consent, or two-party consent state, or whatever." And
well, you're still in public, but yeah, I'm just saying.
But there's
there's
a clause.
so many.
There's a clause to that law.
Well, that's why it's. I think that's why it's so imperative that we have to get this George Floyd Act passed, because a lot of people are still confused about qualified immunity. I even did a segment on it just to break it down to help people. A lot of my peers, they're like, "What is that? What is that? Is it even important?" It's incredibly important. We have to get rid of this policy. It's not even a law; it's a policy that was established in 1967. Because they kept beating the shit out of people during the civil rights movement, and they didn't want to they didn't want to be held liable. So the judges had to come up with something quick, because they knew they were going to have a whole lot of lawsuits if people were to sue. So it's imperative that we get rid of this qualified immunity. We have to get
Let's
rid of
call it what it is: a license to kill, a license to do about whatever you want to do and pay no.
You're right, American Amy. You're absolutely right. Even so what is it, Sotomayor? Is that what she had quoted that it was? It's kind of like, well, it's like, well, it's basically a license to shoot first and ask questions later, and which is not okay.
No, because there's kids getting killed and shit that have mental illnesses that are just like scared.
But now it's these older people. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm starting to see a trend of these older people are being assaulted. 70, 60, 80 years. I did a story on one that was 81 years old. He had dementia.
And I think that's important out there, and that no one's can have. There's more problems that happen to people. I would say to poor, blacks, minorities. Yeah, it happens more. But anybody can be the victim. Anybody.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're not as racist as people think they are.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean,
like I said earlier, you're either blue or you're red.
Amen.
You either got either you got blue blood or you got red blood.
But here's the thing: we also have to remember where it was instituted. Like, you know, because now I'm gonna just start calling. I'm gonna like, are you a police officer or are you a slave catcher?
Yeah, that's what.
You know what I'm saying?
This was like, you know, this is an extension of it, the Stanford experiment. You know.
Be careful on that one. That was kind of disqualified. That study. You might want to look back into that, Ninja.
I mean, I've looked into not even just that study, but just the idea of that. I've seen people that, you know, once you become a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
That's true.
You know, you put a person in a position of power and they find a way to take advantage and to benefit themselves because people are greedy. And so
I would think that that power always will corrupt. I don't think that. I think
there's good ones in there, but they hide.
I don't know.
They keep their mouths shut.
It's crazy. Like it's just you know, we're like I said, I feel like our activism is very much proactive. We're there to eliminate or try to mitigate a situation from happening. As far as a situation with a community member and a police officer, I think we're proactive on that, and I think a lot more people need to be more proactive instead of reactive. We don't need it to when somebody dies and then we sing "We Shall Overcome." You know, we all of us needs to be out there with cameras. We don't, and agree with me or not. I think we the reason why we do what we do is to encourage other people to film, not just like, oh, well, you need to come to my city. No, you can do it. Just
go outside. Just walk right outside with your camera and start taking pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
My goal would be eventually every citizen that has time. If you are going down the road, you've seen somebody pull over. If you've got time, you're going to stop and you're going to record. That would be my goal. That's when I would say maybe we're getting somewhere. We've got a long way to go. I've been in this movement for years, 2 or 3, 5, something like that. We've got some changes have made. I see it. I see more picking the camera up. I see more getting started. I see more everyday videos from everyday people, and I see more everyday people standing up for their rights. So we are getting somewhere, guys. Don't ever think we're not. But it's gonna.
No, you're absolutely right. because when I had did the interview with CBS4, they stated, I asked them, I said, so what do you guys think about cop watchers and First Amendment auditors and people who hold police accountable with filming? And they was just like, honestly, man, you guys make our jobs more difficult. And I think they're even starting to realize that shit, they're competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they have to be politically correct because they have sponsors.
Right.
And they have, you know, corporate entities are investing in that news channel. So they can't, you know, they gotta fit a narrative that
Well,
sticks to
you
them.
know,
We don't. And
Let me
our
do a couple of shout outs real quick. JKMA in the building. How you doing? News Now 702. Wonderful lady.
What's up,
Joyce.
JKMA?
Joyce McDermott. Love her. She's always been a supporter. Sinister 33. Bones, how you doing? JMC. Wow, we got so many people. Edward Strickland. Yeah, I wanted to shout those people out. I'm sorry.
No,
They
that's
want you
okay.
to. They
yeah,
want you to
I didn't
repost
want
the stream link.
to.
you know, you
I'll
got you. Can I say something? I'm sorry.
go first.
Yeah, you guys hit the nail on the head. You know, media, mainstream media, what they say. But does anybody, and most of you should know, where did filming the cops actually originate from? It originated from Rodney King. That's when it all started. And people, with the technology we have now, cameras are everywhere. So
Mhm.
now they are accountable. If it wasn't for Rodney King, the person or persons that sat there and actually recorded what happened, we would not be doing what we're doing now because we would be bowing down to what they are doing. But now they're more accountable. It's a little bit different for them, and they
I
don't like
agree.
it.
I think when they open the lens, that just opened America up. Like, this is what's really going on, you know. And it's crazy because a lot of my peers, uh, in our culture, in the black culture, they I'm not gonna lie, they looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? We don't fuck with police like that. Why are you
Don't be
filming
out here,
police?
Paul.
But this is my counterback, and I'm just like, well, wait a minute. I thought the police were the good guys. So you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, well, you're gonna get yourself killed. Well, wait a minute. I thought the police, the ideology was that they're the good guys. So why would I get killed?
Well, so that's the thing, you know, is like I was taught the same thing as a kid, but the kids that are kids now
Mhm.
they're learning something completely different than what we were taught. You know, like for instance, the other day I watched a video where there was a mother and father pulled over with 3 kids in the back, right? They still pulled this father out of his passenger seat illegally, tased him in front of the kids, arrested him, did all this in front of his kids. So think about the
Mhm.
seed that officer planted in those kids' mind, you
Right.
know, to be
Right.
afraid of the police. And
I
so
agree.
now all 3 of those kids forever are going to be afraid of the police because what they did to their dad.
Isn't that a good thing though? In this day,
And that's what I'm saying is we were taught
a good thing
that
now.
we were taught that the cops were good, and that was not
Right.
accurate.
I mean, and honestly, when they did the whole Dare program situation, I was part of that. You know, they don't even
hell
do
yeah.
that shit
I had a
anymore.
Dare shirt. Hell
Yeah.
Well, just because it
I'm sorry.
has
Go
roses
ahead, Amy.
and rainbows doesn't make it good, does it?
No, doesn't make it good. I mean, you know, it's just ridiculous, and I don't know if we can even go. I mean, is it possible? That's a question for you, Amy. Do you think we can go? We can reverse it to back to where it can be community policing. Yeah, I want your answer on that.
I don't know. I think it could be done. I think there's programs. I've seen some programs that have been piloted, you know, that could work. I think a lot of it has to do with just slowing down a little bit. Not,
Mhm.
you know, not only how it's not just how the police see us, it's how we see the police. It's how they see us. And as long as they're going to power dynamic there, they're always going to see us as less than. and so or having some perceived authority over us. So if we could take those guns away and get a program where maybe we send somebody out first that's not going to be so aggressive, I think it could happen. I mean, we've done so many other things. Why can't we do this? But I don't know if they're ever going to let something like that happen.
Mid Ohio, that same question. Do you feel that we can reverse it back to community policing? Do you even think that's even possible?
I do believe so, of course. I mean, I think that, we all know that, there needs to be some type of law enforcement there, so we all know there's bad people out there, and I feel that there will always be people there that want to be in that field or that profession per se, or whatever you want to consider it. But, we need to take the immunity away, and, we need to take their protective rights away, and, they should be held to the exact same standard as somebody in the military.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Same question for you, News Now Ninja. What do you feel? Do you think
I think that
that's a possibility?
I think community policing would be a dangerous situation, but
Okay.
possible. I think it would be possible. But I think that, like he said, if we were to take steps like taking away qualified immunity, and then also, instead of having an internal affairs, if there was to be an outside source that did the investigations of internal affairs, that was not connected to the police branch, that was college educated individuals that, studied to specifically watch cases like that as a separate party, that was We the People ran. I think that, if internal affairs was stripped away from their saying whether it was right or wrong, and put it in our hands whether it was right or wrong, just like a jury in a sense, but a profession, instead of letting the cops make the decisions. I think that there's steps that we could take to just get the bad cops out before we just got rid of them completely.
So, okay. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. I'm gonna ask a question. Because we talk about bad apples, right? We talk about bad apples and everything like that, but we don't necessarily talk about the tree or the roots, you know? So in this particular situation, or what we're dealing with as far as us versus them type of culture that they created, what do you think News Now Ninja is the root, the cultural root of the problem? Who is enabling this behavior? Where do you think the root starts? Your opinion.
Man, that's a deep one, because the roots of this evil has been going on for thousands of years.
Okay. I
You
would say
know,
from 19. Okay, I'll be a
same
little bit more
sense.
specific. From
I'm like, man,
1960
the
to
roots of
now,
this
what do you
evil
think
could be
that?
coming from, like, just like the same reason the gladiator games were created, to take the people's minds off of fighting against the government, and then all of a sudden they have these games to watch and they stop revolting and going against, and then it was like, you give them bread and circuses and their minds got confused, and so it's been the same thing for a long time. They always try to convince you, like, this is the way I feel, is that they wouldn't need propaganda like Back to Blue if they were doing a good job. Like, Superhero doesn't have billboards that says support superhero, right?
Right.
Superman's not like, hey, look at, with billboards down the road, like, call Superman and share $1, right? Because Superman is already loved because he's doing something for the people. He doesn't have to have propaganda. And so the simple fact that they have to have the sign that says, back us up, and then, like, put out all this stuff of, like, them pushing old ladies across the street and stuff, is simply trying, it's sad to me. It's and then that we're paying for them to create false propaganda to try to make themselves look good. And if they were actually doing good, they wouldn't need propaganda to make themselves look good.
That makes sense.
Well,
So
they wouldn't need a Supreme Court case saying that they didn't actually have to provide aid if they were doing good.
okay, so that same question for you. What do you think of the root? What's the root? MD, Mid Ohio?
Well, the roots of it falls back on the court system. I mean,
Okay. Okay. Safety man. What about you? What do you think the root is?
I'm not sure what the root is anymore because everything's been changed so much over the years. You know, for example, what is policing? You know, policing. What is the definition of policing? I'd have to see what the real definition of policing is in this day and age now as to what they're saying it is compared to what it was. For example, police are not here to protect and serve. They're here to police. What are they here to police? Are they here as revenue creators or are they here to protect? And the Supreme Court says that the police are not here to protect us. So
Yes,
we
sir.
are
Correct.
responsible for our own protection. So why do we have the police other than to collect revenue? So for an officer to sit there and say, I'm here to protect you, is the same as the government says, I'm here to help. And those are the words we don't want to hear.
Yep.
Okay. So, wonderful American Amy, what do you feel is the root?
I don't know what the root is, but one thing I wanted to touch on, he just mentioned it. I was already going to touch on this, if you didn't mind, was we don't need to be policed as a society. If somebody does something wrong and there's a real crime, people are going to call. They're going to want to investigate. We don't need, if we're just driving down the road to go to the store, we don't need to be stopped, okay, for these traffic violations and all this stuff. Whoever the DL system get in was wrong. We should have never let that happen. I wasn't around then. I don't know, but the driver's license is a joke. It should never happen. But anyway, yeah, it's revenue collection. If
I feel,
police only really needed them, and there wouldn't be all these interactions with everybody that aren't criminals.
Well, this is where I feel the root is, at least right now, at least from 1960 up till present day. I think the root is the biggest enablers are the unions, because I feel that they have more. Like I feel like the presidents of the unions have more power than the chief of police. You know, the chief of police will fire him, but the union president will figure their way to get them back rehired again.
All right, JKMA, everybody that watches me usually. Cheers.
Cheers.
I usually always do a cheers with everybody.
Yes, sir.
but you hit it on the head. The chiefs, the mayors have no control because it's the union of the police that do control everything. And the police are policing themselves. And that's where we need to have a separate I can't say the word, can't think of the word, but I'm getting so frustrated. But we need another individual, basically, organization that will police the police.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Another internal affairs investigation, instead of internal affairs being as separate
from the police completely.
Yeah, it's not connected to the police.
So, what do you think? Like, private investigators should be hired?
I mean,
well, no,
it would be a public.
I think citizens, and when I say citizens should be the ones that should be able to, just like in any investigation, just like you would on a jury trial.
That's like what I said a second ago.
Same thing.
Yeah, but
we actually have in Aurora, we've just established an oversight board.
But I think these oversight boards, kind of like you're saying, that we need citizens to do this.
Yep.
But it doesn't need to be citizens that are on it nonstop like government officials are. We need to rotate it, say every 3 months.
So
every
it's fair.
single one of them are new. Every 3 months, if there's new citizens, therefore, whoever's on the oversight board cannot be corrupted because every 3 months there's somebody new.
I like that idea. Yeah, that's a great damn
like a
fucking
public
idea.
service that you can volunteer for. I bet you people would love to do it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's yeah, we had it to where I actually helped establish it in Aurora because I was actually going to do a petition and I needed 12,000 signatures. And I got with one of the a few of the council people and was just like, well, instead of doing that, we agree with you. Why don't we go ahead and bring it up to the floor and we'll vote on it? I already have something already accumulated. Let me send you the plan. Let me see what you think about it, and let's pass it and vote on it. And that's what we did. We were able to do that. Nicole Johnston actually, she's a city council member in Aurora, and we were able to do that. So now that we have the oversight board, and I think there's also the oversight board, they're also going to try to pass it to where the oversight board can do disciplinary actions as well.
Oh, that would be definitely something that should be done.
Yeah.
So,
So
you know,
they not only will they investigate, but they have the ability to have a disciplinary. So
yeah, and you know, kind of like I was saying, every 3 months we need new people, and whoever has served on the board has to wait a year before they can get on. One reason is so they cannot be corrupted because this is citizens board, not the government board.
right. No, and we had stated we don't want any previous cops on the board. And I think we didn't want previous prosecutors. They can be criminal defense attorneys or whatever, anything like that. But other than that, no, we didn't want any type of prior law enforcement or anything like that because they can be incredibly biased on the situation.
Very true and very good. I mean, that's how a board should be. A board of the citizens, not anybody that is in any kind of government official capacity.
Yep, and it's it is a voluntary position, so no one's getting paid. You got to want to do it, and our community's pretty solid as far as that, and we want to get to that particular situation. But
You
I
know,
think
as you get to it, that you know, I don't know if it's something that you can put into your thing, but to put a time limit, you know, whatever time limit you guys, but I figure 3 months to 6 months, you know, tops, and you know, if it's a 6-month term as a volunteer, they have to wait a year to 2 years before they can go back on it, because therefore you get rid of the chance of them being corrupted later down the road, because we've seen where it comes to councils and you know, officials that get elected, they're in there for years and they get corrupted, and then all of a sudden it starts changing to what you were trying to change from back to where it was. We need to have boards like this all through the United States to where it's a limited term and not this shit like Congress 12 years type stuff, but a 3 to 6 month term to where you got new people that has a new insight and can sit there and say, hey, this is not going to happen. You know, that's
right. I agree. You know, our situation should we're always an evolving country, so our public servants should be or the volunteers who support our town or city or county should also be evolving as well. I agree 100%.
Do you guys, and I bet you guys don't have any problem getting people to volunteer either, do you? Or do you? Because I think, I mean, so I don't know. Everybody might not work for free like I do. I don't know. But I would definitely volunteer for something like that.
I think a lot of people in the public would be interested in working a position like that because they would be able to become involved with helping the city. And I think that it would be a big attraction. Honestly, I think, I mean, think about like in the small towns where people don't want to do it. There could be overflows from bigger cities where all the positions are filled.
People will want to do it, Ninja. I really do.
I think people would be really interested in being like, I get to look at all the police reports and make a fucking decision. You know, like who wouldn't want to do that?
Well,
I know I would. I would definitely.
You're going to get a lot of people that want to do it, And then you get a lot of people that do want to do it, but are afraid to do it because they don't want retaliation.
Yeah, and
Because
so that's why they've been bringing people.
Retaliation's a fact. Because say you
Yeah.
are on a board for only 3 to 6 months, that they might be retaliated, and we've seen this in government. I mean, they'll retaliate one way or the other if they can. I mean, that's just the facts of life. And so
Right.
there are people that they want to do what they can, but they are afraid of retaliation because they don't basically want to take a ride. And retaliation is, in other words, taking a ride. Even if your retaliation that they're putting on you is false, you still have to go through that torment. So if they can sit there and spread it that, hey, you don't support the cops, so therefore you're a terrorist, we don't want you on our board. No, we are citizens. We don't trust the cops because of what's been going on. The cops need to get our trust back, and the way to do it is by having these kind of boards and actually weeding out the good cops from the bad, because honestly, there are at least 1 to 2, for example, good cops out of 200 that end up quitting or don't say nothing because they don't want retaliation for their own part, and therefore now they are a bad cop because they won't speak up. Or if they're a good cop, they'll quit and start doing exactly what we're doing.
Well, guys,
I agree.
I gotta step in real quick and say, I gotta split out. I got a few things I gotta take care of.
Man, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for your
my
support,
lady's
man.
off today, so we gotta get some lunch and.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Tell her we
And then,
said
and then I gotta get some videos. I got some videos I gotta put out today. So
I can't wait to look out for that. And thank you so much, New Now Ninja. We appreciate you. You're a legend.
yeah, man.
Appreciate you,
And
man.
I'm still, I'm gonna wait a few days, but I'm gonna shout you out again. And I want to get you up to like 10, 20, matching. We got to get you moving, bro. You're killing it.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Much love to everybody in here. Much love in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat, I guess, so I don't bail out on everybody. Just in case JKMAs is still in here.
Anthony
Star,
Farewell.
Carl, much love. Edward, Joyce, Sweet Pea, everybody that's in here. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Yeah, Carl, I see you.
Sir Carl.
Y'all go
holler at y'all
support
later, guys.
News Now Ninja's channel now.
Hell yeah.
If you're not a subscriber, be a subscriber now.
Thank you guys. And y'all get ready on the 31st. I'm going to be back on the road with Phil again, and we're going to be hitting some small towns. And so we're expecting to probably get arrested at one point.
If there's any mods, put News Now Ninjas in the chat.
Yes, and I'm putting my email in there, News Now Ninja, so you can get in contact with me, and we'll exchange phone numbers over there.
Yeah, I mean, I just put my shit in here. I'm not even afraid of it.
Just put it in
okay.
Yeah. Oh, the email. Yeah, that's fine. I thought you were your phone.
Right here. I put it in the I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I put mine in the private. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I got it. I got you. Okay.
We appreciate you, Ninja.
Just give me a call, man.
Thank you, buddy.
We'll do, and I appreciate you. Thank you again, man, for
Anybody
sharing my
that's in here,
video.
I trust you guys with that info. Just whatever. If I gotta change my number, I like to play games.
No, you are.
Have a good one, my man.
Love you
Appreciate
guys.
you.
Peace
Love
and
you,
love,
man.
everybody. Y'all have
All
a blessed
day.
day.
Hey, DJ.
All right, man.
Here to get on to you you already outnumbered me. You already hit 4,000. I've been doing this shit for years. I ain't got there yet.
That's okay. You're still a legend in my eyes, American Amy. I appreciate what you do. And I just, I really want to, really do a good job and try to be the best I can, and just stay in my lane and learn as much as I possibly can. That's why I try to have these panels and stuff like that. And I try to do that. And then safety, man, we definitely gonna support you, man, because that's for sure. You definitely need our support, because that's bullshit as far as there you go. As far as them trying to legalize public photography. But I don't
that down here in Florida too. I do believe they were at one time. I don't know if it ever went anywhere. But I'm
they were trying to pass a law?
stand for it. I promise you we won't. Me and
Yeah, yeah. I know Florida was trying to do something. I'm not, and I remember seeing parts about it. But here in Oklahoma, they actually passed the law, and from the and from the way I looked at it, and Leo Watch. You guys don't know Leo Watch. His YouTube channel, Leo Watch. He done a short video. I asked him, and he did a video about it. He researched what he could, and it's not if you're filming the cops. It's if you post the likenesses and so forth or a video of it, then yes, it becomes illegal. But honestly, when it comes down to it, what's the point of videoing an officer if you can't go live or post a video when they go when they do wrong or do right? That it becomes illegal. I mean, therefore they're not accountable, and that is the point. I mean, just like I said before, the whole point of filming cops all started with, back in 1960, I can't remember the year, but with the beating of Rodney King. I mean, if it wasn't for that, we would not be out doing this, because Supreme Court say we have this right to do it, but yet judges, I mean, it's like another video and other videos I've watched, judges will sit there and say, I have a judge's order that says you can't come into the courthouse. I'm sorry, a judge only can say what happens in the courtroom, not in the courthouse or without in the grounds. But judges are sitting there writing orders, and these tyrants are enforcing these orders, are not allowing you to go in or even on the property of a courthouse. And the judges, what's that word I'm looking for? The judges' power only exists within that courtroom and not past that door of that courtroom. A judge in his own courtroom, he can say and do what he wants to a point. And we all know that there's a point, because there's judges that have done stuff that goes against laws, constitutional and everything else, and they've gotten found out, and not all of them, but most of them. Most of them, say 5% of them. But a judge cannot sit there and make a court ruling or a judge's order saying you cannot enter this courtroom, or not courtroom, but courthouse beyond this point. His authority only goes within the courtroom, not past those doors. But yet it's still happening, and nobody, people are trying to do something about it. But the federal law and everybody knows it's wrong, but they won't even address the issue, because why? We are slowly losing our rights because they bow down to it. And if it wasn't for us, just like with Rodney King and everything else, if it wasn't for videoing, I mean, George Floyd, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for individual videos going live on mainstream media, nobody would have known what happened to George Floyd and others. I mean, I'm just using that for example, but there's others. If it wasn't for mainstream media, it wouldn't have been brought out. Now, Oklahoma's making it to where you can film a cop. It says you can film, but you cannot post. So if we can't post, but yet if you're filming and they say, hey, you're live streaming, they arrest you on the assumption, and assumption is not evidence, that you're doing something illegal against the cops, as they say, you are posting my image on thing. Therefore, all the evidence is lost, because once they have it, they keep it. I mean, even if they don't delete it, I mean, we've seen to where auditors have been arrested, and it takes them, for like James Freeman and others that happened down Leon Valley, years before they got the videos and cameras back, because they took it saying it was evidence.
True.
Very, very true. Very true. And
I mean, I'll just round this up real quick. I'll let you speak. I'm sorry. But
No problem.
if we don't get more people up here in Oklahoma, I'm not talking about just Oklahoma City. I'm talking about any towns in Oklahoma, anywhere. Protesters sit there and video, and not just videoing, but live streaming it as well. If they do, they will take the chance of being arrested, or later, even 6 months later, being charged for it. If we don't have people doing that, it's not going to show the fact that this law needs to be taken out. But there are people that want to do it and won't do it because they don't want to take the ride, which I understand. You know, I took all my videos down to back up and everything else, but I'm not reposting them on my stream until I kind of see how this goes out. I'll be out there, I'll video. Will I live stream? I'll probably live stream in the backup so I don't lose my stuff. But for me, I don't want to have to take a damn ride and spend years of doing it. But yet there's others that will. And it's those ones that kind of like Eric Brandt and stuff. Those are the ones that we need to always help back up. If they go into jail, we need to sit there and help get them out. If you know, say Joe Cool comes down, he does it. I'll be out there with all the money I can to get him out of jail.
Exactly.
Help him get his bond. But me personally, because of things I have in my life, I don't want to take that ride, but I will be doing what I can in the background to help out. And that's also what other people need to do. If you don't want to take the ride, don't do it.
Yeah,
but the ones that are willing to take the ride, be out there to help them.
Yeah, we need everybody.
Okay, Amy, go ahead.
No, we need everybody's help, whether you're willing to actually take the ride or not. You know, we need everybody. You know, there's always something we can all do. You know, whether it's petitioning somebody or just watching and learning and being. You know, there's a place for everybody in this movement. So we need everybody, and everybody's welcome. You know, let's do it.
You know, this is what I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to see change so bad. It's been a long time. I had a friend that was killed in 2002. He was 22, murdered by the police. I went through years of harassment, you know, and I'm done. And I know we're all done. And I appreciate you having this conversation today. A lot of people don't want to talk about these educational things. They just want to get out here and bullshit, but I do appreciate it.
No, I think it's imperative that we have these conversations because we can learn from each other. Iron sharpens iron. Simple as that. And I think we need to have this two things. I feel we need to go out there and obviously protest with the camera, live stream it, all of that. But not only that, but these other civil rights attorneys need to work in hand with us and create a lawsuit, a major lawsuit against the district or the 10th Circuit Court and sue the shit out of them, or sue the state of Oklahoma for deprivation of rights and them trying to take our First Amendment rights, which is embedded in the Constitution. So I think there needs to be an administrative, and there also needs to be a proactive, reactive activism thing. So I think we need both of those things to initiate this correctly. But I like to have final words from Safety Man and then American Amy, because we finna dip on out of here. Go ahead. We'll start with you, Safety Man. Any last words?
I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, the more we get out, the better. But you say civil rights attorneys, which honestly I don't know all of them, or much less which ones that will actually help us out. Because when I hear the word attorney, just like other auditors, we've heard attorneys and lawyers, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. If there's a way you can get a list of the real civil rights attorneys that actually will help and not just take money and step away, would be helpful, because that's a fine line as to, we hear the word civil rights attorneys, but yet we hear the word attorney and we know sometimes attorneys don't do the best of our interests. But yeah, we do need to get more people to. I mean, it hits here in Oklahoma, and we need to get it before it gets to other states. But yet, not just with civil rights attorneys, but and I don't have the capability, but others out there get the capability of being able to create something that if auditors or activists that are recording when this law comes in effect on November 1st get arrested, that we can get them out and have a real server, a real attorney to help fight this case. That's
All right.
about all I have to say.
Amy, last final thoughts.
Final thoughts. There's so much, but I just want to say I'm happy the work you're doing, and I'm happy for anybody else that wants to start doing this kind of work. And I love this community, and I appreciate these conversations, and keep the good work up.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and head out. We appreciate you guys joining the show. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I'd like to thank News Now Ninja. Please go subscribe to him. NC Tyrant Hunter, Joe Cool, Mid Ohio Safety Man, American Amy,
Right.
Rice Crispy. Can't forget Rice Crispy. That's my guy. And if I forgot anybody, I do truly apologize. But thank you guys for joining, and there will be another episode. The next episode will be me interviewing the legend, the my big bro, Dying to Live.
Oh, amazing.
That would be Sunday, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. So please don't miss that. So I wanted to dig into that's going to be my first auditor that I'm actually going to pick his brain and get all the juicy details and stuff about him from his childhood all the way up to where he is right now. So please don't miss that show.
And thanks to everybody in the chat. I just wanted to say.
Yep. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and I want to thank you too. And I look forward to your Sunday view. Hopefully, I can make it.
I hopefully you can make it too. And like I said, I'll keep it on so you guys, you guys can just watch it later. So, yeah, but again, thank to everybody in the chat. Love you. We cannot do what we do without you guys, without your support. So we appreciate you. All right, it's your boy DJ Kdot, and I'm out.
All right, thanks.